Testing, testing, one, two, three. Let me mute the YouTube so I won't be doubled. Let me know when you can see me. Shout out to my man Big E310. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I am very nervous about the live. I don't like this color. I do not like this color, bro. I don't like this color. Another round. What's going on? Another round. Look, if the camera looks different, it's because I figured, like, why do I got my best lens when I go live? I do stuff in the real world. So I put my 18 to 135 millimeter lens on here, which the aperture only goes down to like 3.5 is the lowest. And this is for my camera guys. The one I was using was 1.4. So I had to crank up these lights. So these lights are super bright because it was so black dark you could barely see me. But I also knew that there's a color change too. And there's no more blurriness a little bit in my background because I'm at 3.5. But this is the lens I'm going to use from now on because I make my money away from YouTube. And being away from YouTube, I need my best lens. I don't need to be set up for my live stream. So, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna talk about a lot during this live today. Full disclosure, your boy ain't going nowhere. I just want to feel good. I just want to put on my little tight little dress pants. I just want to put on my little expensive shoes for no reason. For no reason. I just want to be nice during this live right here. But we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna go deep. Most of this is gonna be about what's the dirt. Last video on Family Matters. He's doing each song in the Kendrick versus Drake series. And I'm gonna tell you, that video lasts 2.5 hours. This man made me watch 2.5 hours. I get to the end, and guess who I see at the end? I see our girl Monie. I said, Monie made the cut. Monie made the cut. Monie made. I was so proud. I was so proud to see Monie on there. But I get all the little insignificant stuff out of the way. First of all, shout out to the new iOS 18. Oh my God, the new iOS 18. Your boy love dark green. I can change my stuff. I can put stuff where I want to, like on my Android phone. I can text people who got Android voice messages now. I'm so happy with iOS 18. iOS 18 officially turns an iPhone to an Android. Not really. On the surface, iOS 18 turns an iPhone to an Android. On the surface level, the deep shit you can't. You still can do way more shit on an Android than you can an iPhone. But I will say this right here. When people ask me, why do you have an iPhone over an Android phone? I always said iMessage. iMessage, like there's nothing like iMessage. But a lot of y'all don't know the government had adopted SMS, text messaging, as the way you text somebody. Universal. So iPhone couldn't just iMessage. They had to have the ability to text somebody. Text messages is gone. Text messages are now extinct. The government has adopted Android's RCS. And for who y'all don't know, who not nerds like me, RCS is with rich chat something. RCS is Android's version of iMessage. So if you got an iPhone and somebody had Android, when you send them a video, you couldn't even send them nothing long. You could not voice message them. RCS to RCS, two people with Androids can do it. iPhone to iPhone, two people on iMessage. But now there is no, I mean, of course, we're going to keep saying I'm texting somebody because it's adopted. It's sort of like there's no such thing as Twitter. It's only X, but we still say tweet. There is no such thing as texting someone now. Texting is extinct forever. You can send somebody a RCS message or you can iMessage them. RCS does the same thing that iMessage does. So If you have been like, yo, she got an Android, I can't even send her the photo. Send her the photo once you update it to iOS 18. Send her the photo. Send the photo. Send the video. You can do all of that now. Yes. So I just want to get that nerd thing out the way. And shout out to Monie who's here. Monie, if you don't think you loved on my channel, I got to the end of his long-ass documentary on Family Matters, and I saw your face, and I said, my girl made it. My girl made it. Woo, I was happy. I was happy over here, man. Get everybody flaws. I was happy over here, you know, because you know what's crazy about you being at the end of that documentary is that like everybody knows every single person that was on there. They know DJ Academics, all of them. So what people gonna do, they're gonna say, who the fuck is that girl? Who is that girl at the beginning he talking about? Who is that girl? Who's that girl? You about to have an increase of subscribers. It's all about the look, baby. So before I get into the topics of the video, the only insignificant things, you know, I'll run through them again. This is my most proud necklace ever. My most proud necklace. Because it's like, I was on Quiz Bowl. I made all A's. I grew up in the hood on 3rd Street. I just got home late last night. I went to my hometown of Macon, Georgia. I went to the slums, the hood. It ain't nothing like the nostalgia of going to where you grew up, the house you grew up, the people around the neighborhood. Ain't nothing like that. And so 3rd Street is big. Now, if y'all want to know about 3rd Street, even though it ain't all the way accurate, you can go on Tubi, and they just put out a movie called 3rd Street. If you go on Tubi, type 3rd Street, all that whole neighborhood, everything you see on that is where I grew up. No, I did not film 3rd Street. I have nothing to do with 3rd Street. They're just people that I know. So just to share that, like how important this side of town is. So when they started making the medallions for 3rd Street, the chains or whatever, I ain't been home in a long time. Everybody in the hood got their 3rd Street chain. Everybody got their 3rd Street. You know what I'm saying? I went back. They held one for your boy. They had to hold one for me. This is my 3rd Street chain. So I got plenty of necklaces, plenty of jewelry and all that stuff. But like, this is my hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then what it show people, like, they feel like you gotta rob niggas. You gotta be the killer. You gotta be the most gangster person. If you really grew up on that side of town since you was a little kid, they're gonna love you. They're gonna love your family to the day you die. All you got to do is be you. They know you more than anybody on earth. More than no matter how many times I've been live, no matter what channels and stuff I've been on, your hood know you. My hood know John Shay. You know what I'm saying? My hood know John Shay so much. Everybody got a gold chain. I got the rose gold. You know, you got to give John a rose gold 3rd Street chain. So I'm proud of my little 3rd Street chain because, you know, like if you look at situations sort of like King Von and giving out O-block chains or whatever, like there's a negative connotation to that. I didn't do nothing negative. I didn't do nothing wrong. All I did was graduate high school, go out into the world, get my degree, make it in life. I didn't do nothing gangster. You know, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. You try to fuck with me, but I don't. I try to live a great life, and I was still loved. And this is something crazy because I'm texting people, right? They like, John, bro, you been gone for a while. You sure you want to do this? You sure you want to do that? I'm pulling up. I don't know nobody in my hood because I've been gone for so long. They young. So if I'm 44 years old, these little 19-year-olds, they're the kids of the motherfuckers I grew up with. I just pull up, hey, and you know in the hood they get that scared. Who the fuck is that nigga? Who the fuck? Like they on guard when you in the hood. But I just pull up with all confidence. They looking in the car. Who the fuck is that? Is that the police nigga? Did John Shay? Oh shit, man! What's up, John Shay? Everywhere. It didn't matter that we're young. I'm talking about. I pulled up. I just felt so comfortable because I was looking for my cousin and them. I was looking for my cousin and them and shit. I pulled up. I just saw a barbecue. I just saw people at the barbecue. I just pulled up. I got tinted windows and shit. Mother, I'm just asking to get shot. I just pull up. They're like, yo, who you looking for, nigga? Hey, that little Bookie cousin. Shay. Man, I know they ain't Shay Big Nose ass. Boy, what's up? Boy, everybody just run out to the car. Like, you only get that love from your hood if you did right. If you did right, it was you. If you did right. I'm just pulling up on everybody. So I had an amazing time. I think I went to Macon, Georgia Saturday, and I got back last night. So I had a fucking amazing time. I'm going back to Macon Thursday to hang out and chill. So yeah, that's the non-relevant to any topic I'm about to talk about right now. I just want to get that out the way first. What's up, Jen Lynn? Yeah, I love going home to Jersey and seeing my family hood. Good feeling. Yeah, you know it. You know it. The way I pulled up in my hood, I would have felt scared and afraid to pull up at another hood in Macon. Like, but it's just something about where you grew up at. Like, nigga, ain't nobody gonna do shit to me, nigga. No, I'm motherfucking John Jay. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. All right, and we gonna get into the P. Diddy shit. I want to get into the what's the dirt shit first, right? And I want to, it's sort of like you have to do the actions. You can't be asking people to change in the world if you're not willing to do the actions first. So before I start critiquing what's the dirt got wrong, I want to be a part of the world I like to see. And what I like to see is that we be lying saying that people are biased. There is nothing wrong with bias. If you really think about it, there is zero wrong with bias. And correct me if I'm wrong, Monie. What we really don't like is when a motherfucker is biased and he is hiding behind his bias. He is pretending like he has no bias because he has an agenda. As far as there's nothing wrong with bias. I don't never talk about 40 bars on my channel because y'all know that's been my real close friend for many, many, many years. Talked to her yesterday when she beat Twerk. But I don't critique 40 bars battles on this channel. I was her manager. I'm her close fucking friend. She told me when she landed back from the Twerk battle in Atlanta, you know, if you come over here and you ask me about 40, I'm going to be biased. There's nothing wrong with bias. What people hate is when you insult their intelligence because you know you have a bias and you're acting like that doesn't exist. So everything you say that make your bias looks great, I can't trust you. So for me to get trust, when I critique what's the dirt, all my people who come over here already know, but I'm gonna put it out for people who just love him and may see his name tag. I wanted Kendrick Lamar to beat Drake. I wanted Kendrick to beat Drake. If I wanted Kendrick to beat Drake, and I have respect and admiration for the docs that What's the Dirt put out, in my bias, as soon as I know Family Matters doc is dropping, I'm not looking at this documentary with the same eyes as I looked at before. I'm looking at it like, this motherfucker better get every fucking thing right. Because I like Kendrick Lamar. I wanted Kendrick Lamar to win. So what was the one before this? Was that 616 in LA? When I click on 616 in LA, what's the dirt? I'm smiling like, oh yeah, get that nigga, what's the dirt? When I put on Family Matters, I'm like, nigga, you better get this shit right. You better. The reason I'm upfront with you guys about my bias is because it is okay to have bias as long as you stick to the facts. As long as you stick to the facts. I have debated racist skinheads and racist KKK members. All right, you going into it, you hate black people, you think we're less than. All right, cool. I already know that shit. But when you sit down and talk to me, present your motherfucking evidence. We're going to talk about the things that you say, even though you come with the bias. We're going to come with the shit you say. None of your bias matters. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. None of my bias matters. But I love you guys, and I don't want to ever lie to you all. There is a bias. when you're watching me, because I wanted Kendrick to win. I didn't. I love Drake as an artist. Before that, a lot of the beats you go on my channel and stuff that the Drake sound and beats. I like Drake. My only opinion on Aubrey, not Drake, but Aubrey change after the battle wasn't from Kendrick. It was from the fans digging up shit and me seeing this doesn't look right for a man who has me, for a man who has 2 daughters, for a man who has a daughter who literally last month just went off to her college dorm, just graduated high school, and me having another younger daughter. I wouldn't feel comfortable with the shit that I'm seeing that are facts about Drake in that category. But that's it. Shout out to my girl, Desi. Shout out to my girl. If y'all don't know, if y'all been over here, Desi has been my podcast partner and a real close friend of mine. I love her. Don't let her picture fool you. This motherfucker hood. We don't put our real personalities online, do it. All right. So with that being said, let's start on some things, because what we watch What's the Dirt to learn something new, to see what he got right. Right? That's why we watch What's the Dirt. So like a lot of shit I knew. So I'm like, I can't really look at it like myself. I got to look at like a regular fan who going around here. They heard the records and shit, but they're not YouTubers. They don't do a deep dive. I think that the fans would really like that What's the Dirt was able to say, Drake said that Kendrick put his hands on his girl. And in saying that Kendrick put his hands on his girl, he was able to match the May 3rd date all the way down to Kendrick Lamar is in this city at this time with this flyer. Like, when it comes to rap beefs, to me, we've never wanted complete factual evidence. We wanted a scenario that's plausible. I think that What's the Dirt created a plausible scenario that, like, if it's reported that Kendrick Lamar put on his hands on this girl and he tracked Kendrick Lamar's locations throughout that entire day from morning to 1 a.m. at night, this is good. This is more than enough that if Drake wanted to take this angle, he can go on. But remember now, I'm dressed up for no motherfucking reason. I ain't going nowhere. So I'm like, yo, let me iron the turtleneck. Let me at least iron the turtleneck. I'm ironing the turtleneck to go live. And my thoughts be coming to me as I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm like, if you really think about this entire story of Kendrick Lamar putting his hands on this girl, it more so leans that it did not happen, that it did happen. Because I'm going slow on purpose. I'm going slow on purpose. Think about it, like Drake would have been going back and forth with Kendrick Lamar so much that Drake would have saw the media takeout article, which was removed. There's nothing else out there. So Drake saw an article, right? Media takeout said Kendrick had a crisis team and TDE. That matches every fucking thing Drake said in all his songs about Kendrick. Where did this article come from? It didn't come from a police report. It didn't come from anything except one white girl. We gonna slow break this down, because What's the Dirt didn't just give out his facts. He made a conclusion based upon things, and we gonna have to break down how some of his shit he pulled out of thin fucking air. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section at any time. Because we going from Drake to all the beginning. Let's go backwards. Let's go from the start all the way to Family Matters. There's no one else that exists on planet Earth except for this white girl. So to believe this actually took place would mean that I'm getting hyper because it's fucking with my head. Shit is fucking crazy. I've never in my life, and y'all know I done wrote for the UFC. I done wrote plenty mixed martial arts articles. Writer. We have to fact check our shit or they won't let us put it out. John Jones is in Las Vegas drunk. Reports that John Jones jumped on his girl. What came from this? Every motherfucking body in the hotel, a bunch of fucking security guards, fucking the girl giving a statement, all the police that was there that night. If you type in John Jones get into a domestic dispute with his girl, look at how much fucking evidence there is. Look at how much evidence there is. And you mean to tell me that Kendrick Lamar did the exact same thing that John Jones did, and there's no police report, there's no nothing, there's no, everybody wants money, everybody want to be famous. Ain't a motherfucker sweeping the hallway, yeah, I saw him when he elbowed in the motherfucking eye. Ain't none of that exists. The only thing that exists is a young white girl. And they don't even call her a young white girl. What's the dirt say? Yeah, because this security guard, what the fuck in that video makes you, that's a security guard? She looked like a extreme left liberal in fucking Seattle, Washington. She looks like she skateboards. What the fuck? Where did you see this sophisticated security guard? Where the fuck? What's the dirt? Ain't nobody got the title I got. So you may see some of this video. I'm asking you, bro. And I put my truth out there, my biasness, but I go off fucking facts. How do you know this little white girl is a fucking security guard? I'm just asking the question, bro, because I'm like, I've never in my life seen nothing like this. There's no other example to where one human being in an extremely popular hotel that people don't give a fuck. You come to me. If you come to me, here go Kendrick Lamar crisis team, which I do believe happened. I do believe Kendrick Lamar got a crisis team, but I don't know if he got it because of the truth or because you ain't even put this lie out about me. I believe that happened because the crisis team shit come from media takeout. It come from a publication. I believe that happened. But I don't believe it. There's nothing to show that you got a crisis team because you beat your girl, or you got a crisis team because what the fuck? Y'all ain't even put this motherfucker lie about me. But like, if I'm in that hotel, right? Boom, crisis team called me. What's up? Hey man, Kendrick Lamar has a prominent image to upheld, if you put this out, we gonna sue you. Man, probably can sue me. Now, I ain't trying to do no shit. I don't fuck up my life. Damn, y'all gonna sue me? Y'all can get hundreds of thousands of dollars from me. But I can get more here. Or if he said something. All the people saw, he said something. The maid says, everybody, he ain't suing all of us. Look at all these motherfucking stories about P. Diddy. This nigga trying to scare me. This nigga ain't suing me. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you. You hit your motherfucking girl. I'm telling. Name me one time in history something went down and the only person in the entire world that can recant the fucking story is a hippie chick. Just type it. I will name me one time. It's just one human being. So if what's the dirt can deduce something probably can happen then, well, facts, we don't know nothing happened. But I can deduce this is fucking crazy. Everybody ain't that stand up. Everybody ain't got those morals and those principles. Everybody ain't scared to be motherfucking sued. If all these motherfucking people was around and a police report was written, Kendrick Lamar ain't Kendrick Lamar now. He not like a heavyweight champ in rap. He a new nigga coming up. Who the fuck do all of this for a new nigga coming up? So I'm watching the shit. I'm like, most people aren't gonna know that clip exists of that security guard. Security guard. They're not gonna know what I knew that shit. So I'm watching What's the Dirt. I'm waiting for him to post it. He gonna post a clip of the girl sitting there talking in the interview. But this is gonna be the first time that most people first time seeing it. And I'm just like, bruh, like, I thought you were gonna give me more What's the Dirt. I thought it was gonna be something that, like, okay, here's the video of the girl doing the interview. And then here's footage right here. You see Kendrick walking by like motherfucking Tupac did in the orange shirt the night he died, just walking fat. Like, every image he posted Kendrick during that entire 24 hours was happiness, even when he was walking with Whitney. Which, this is the perfect segue. It's a perfect segue because this is the part of the documentary that What's the Dirt has zero fucking evidence on. And What's the Dirt? I'm gonna look at the camera when I say this. You said that Kendrick Lamar tried to jump ahead of things before it came out. You tried to jump ahead of any critique by saying a fallacy, by saying, well, if you don't agree with this, then you can just call me a culture vulture. I don't need to call you a culture vulture. I don't know you like that to call you that. And I go off what I see. I can say that even when you put out Meet the Grams and you're bigging up the guy who I wanted to win, when you're saying things that I like to hear, even in that, you will never know the nuances from culture, such as to show my credibility. In 616, you went on and on about these wine coolers. Yo, my nigga, we only call wine coolers. You buy them out the store, you twist the top. Those are wine coolers in a bottle. If you have any kind of mixed drink, even champagne and all the shit you were saying bad about Drake, which makes the guy I wanted to win look better. You was making Kendrick look better. I still cringe at that part because what you call wine coolers are not fucking wine coolers. We don't call that shit that in our culture. Drake just had a mixed drink, my nigga. So there are things that like you would just be off key with. You came to a conclusion for no fucking reason at all. And your conclusion was you don't think that Kendrick Lamar is dating Whitney. Cool. We don't have no evidence that they're together or not. But it's like the way you drew that conclusion lets me know that you are a guy that's doing an excellent job and trying to do the best you fucking can. And you want to be unbiased when you put all this shit out. But you're still at the mercy of being outside the culture. You're still at the mercy of not knowing the nuances of what go on in our community. Because you said, come on, guys, he treated her so fucking bad that I could just see that, like, they're not together. You know, he went here. This evidence show he went to New York. Yo, my nigga, let me ask you something. What's the dirt? Why is it that all of us can easily see when Whitney got off that plane with her kids that she was in New York with Kendrick? He wasn't living in New York and she was living in LA. Why can't all of us see that she was with him, supporting him the entire time? What about this makes you think that they're not together? One thing else you don't know about our culture, like, yo, bro, do you understand how long this shit has been? Motherfucking black people in our culture, we go through some crazy shit. I done seen couples, man, they rolling down the damn street. They're in their early 20s. They 16. You're pulling up shit when they 18 years old, 22 years old. They finna be fucking 40, my nigga. Did you ever take the time to realize, I did all of this research on Kendrick and Whitney. And you know what I haven't found? Ain't not one bitch came out in their 30s. Not one woman say anything about Kendrick Lamar. We ain't heard. Only thing we know about their relationship is fucking 20 years ago. This is what you don't know about our culture, bro. Like, if a nigga been with a chick for 20 fucking years, a high school sweetheart, and they known to be this right here, and even they went through some hard times at the beginning, like, and you said it, and this is why I said like he don't understand, because I was watching your documentary, like he maybe he don't get it, but then after I thought that, you said it, I'm like, Kendrick didn't just go through therapy. Whitney went through therapy. Black couples ain't gonna be together for no 20 some odd fucking years and go through shit when they was actually kids and support each other through therapy and stay together for and support their family. They're not gonna do that if they separated. That ain't how we move. If two people moving like that, they together. The percentage that they're together is like 90%. I can't say for everybody, but I think 95 to be honest. But it'll be extremely rare. And the people who would be in that rare instance that could move like that, but they're different and support each other, they didn't grow up in trauma. They grew up high middle class. People who grew up in the hood, like Whitney grew up in the hood, like Kendrick Lamar grew up in the hood, when she making posts like that and she support her man and they come together, she proud of and she listening to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. When you go through some shit like that, them motherfuckers is together. And I'm like, how can he put this in the documentary? Like, maybe he made this before. Maybe he made this before he saw They Not Like Us video. The motherfucker showed the scene for They Not Like Us. Even this, you know, maybe they came together because he's her father, her kid, she supported. It sounds plausible to someone like you. And once you pay attention to what I said if a black couple was to do this, they probably wouldn't like that growing up. Like you are. What's the dirt? When the hood, when we come from that, they together, bruh. They together. The percentage that they're not together. But my thing about your documentary is you said on the day free shit that you don't have any evidence, so you're not gonna say anything. You have zero evidence that Kendrick Lamar and Whitney are separated, and you said something, so it didn't match. I was confused. You have zero evidence that they are not together. I do want to applaud you though, because after you said that, you did come back and say, well, time will tell, we don't know. Cool. But the parameter you set in the documentary was that they're not together. Little tiny things that I thought, like, with the way you investigate, you would have easily got. At the end of Family Matters, when Drake says, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. Y'all know how I be doing Drake over here. You're dead, you're dead. How did you not catch that's Drake mocking Kendrick Lamar from one of his freestyles that he put out on video before Section 80? Drake is mocking Kendrick. It's literally on video. Kendrick Lamar raps his ass off and say, you're dead. You went through some really deep shit. Like, he said it 3 times because this 3 mean this mean all that. Like, bro, he just mocking Kendrick, bro. Kendrick said, you're dead. Sorry, let me read y'all comments before I go on. Before I go into more shit he said, like, Jesus. I'll feel you another round. Like, I was just shocked that it's sort of like this is what I get confused about with What's the Dirt. I be watching shit on What's the Dirt and I be like, okay, listen, he just reporting. I may know a lot of shit because I'm into this shit. A lot of people, he just report what he find. And I sit there and be like, cool. All right. Nobody should fuck with What's the Dirt. He just, but then he'll contradict that and he'll put out his opinion. You can't have it both ways. Are you just reporting, or are you drawing a conclusion. Because if you're drawing a conclusion, let it be from somewhere. Let it be from somewhere. I don't think people realize, like, if Kendrick Lamar dated her when they 16 and the nigga finna be 38 years old, right? So that's 20 fucking years ago, bro. Like, you know how many chicks I've smashed in 20 years? You know how many different relationships I've had and problems I had? Like, that's a long fucking time. That's a long fucking time. That's Kendrick Lamar hiding graves right now to Kendrick Lamar worried that he can't get his beard can't connect. That's a long ass time. If we go in 20 years, right? That's 2004, 2003. Drake wasn't even on MySpace. Do you know how much money Drake got now? Do you know how many hundreds of millions? Drake wasn't even on MySpace to begin his career for someone to find him to have the career. Do you understand? Like, bruh. All the shit he put her through. They babies. Something happened in that relationship where Kendrick Lamar didn't do what most black men would do. I love my family. I love my girl so much. I'm finna mentally strip myself naked. A man in a relationship doesn't put it out on a song before the private conversation is had with the woman first. Everything we heard, the glimpse of what we heard. Sometimes I fall for, yo, I love when you count me out. For that man to cry like that in that song, count me out. And he say, sometimes I'll fall for her. And then got Whitney in the video with him. Before Kendrick Lamar recorded Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, they would have already been in a mentally great space. I did an interpolation of Count Me Out based upon my life. It'll be up because when I finish this live, I'll put the video up and y'all can hear me rap. Not gonna say I'm not gonna. The nigga was cooking. He did the same thing with Family Matters that he did with all his shit. But I guess I like Kendrick Lamar because I'm as transparent as Kendrick Lamar is. I think with my having a bias, it allowed me to see the flaws inside of this, the rightful flaws, because I can intelligently show y'all examples and why I feel the way I feel. To where if I like Kendrick Lamar, and a motherfucker gonna go this deep like he did in 616 in LA, it would make it harder for me to see the flaws. But the fact that I'm like, oh, this nigga did it. He did Family. Let me watch Family Matters. I can see the disconnecting parts of What's the Dirt. I'm gonna give y'all another example. Well, yeah, Flo gonna cry. The one thing that pissed me off about the documentary was the beginning. I want to pull this up before I even say it. Let me pull this up. And this is where it shows that he is a non-biased guy to the best of his ability, being from Canada. But he doesn't understand certain extreme aspects. He's been around hip hop for so long, he get the gist of it. But when you're not from something, extreme viewpoints, he won't understand. So I want to put this definition up to show y'all how you're wrong. All right. He said that Kendrick Lamar resented Drake. That's the shit that just scuffed my Timbs. He said that Kendrick Lamar resented Drake. Now, you know what? Let's do this before we even get into this. Let's go off of his evidence of why he thinks Kendrick Lamar resented Drake. Because he's going to tell you, those are not my words, those are Kendrick words. The rap lyrics he put up in his documentary that Kendrick Lamar resented Drake is when he said, a girl like Drake, like, damn, these niggas that much better than me. Was there anything else? He showed that Kendrick Lamar was like, wow, I never been on the tour this big, and he wanted what Drake had. To him, this is resentment. So what's crazy is before I watched the documentary, I was like watching Doechii on Joe Budden. If you watch Doechii's interview on Joe Budden, you cannot watch that and not know that this girl knows for a fucking fact she is bigger and better and more talented than fucking Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Ice Spice, Lotto. She knows how good she is. She just wants the world to know this too. I can see her looking like, this is the shit y'all like? Let's look at the definition of envy. A feeling of discontent or resentfulness, longing aroused by someone else's possessions, qualities, or luck. Resentfulness. Our culture, especially hip-hop, over R&B. R&B is our culture too. Hip-hop, you were born and bred to want to be the greatest, the best. You were born and bred that. Resentfulness requires you to dislike somebody. What's the dirt? You never show a single clip, and no one on entire YouTube, the history of online, no one has showed a single point where Kendrick Lamar resented Drake, disliked Drake, until after Drake disliked him because of his control verse. And the control verse is our culture. The control verse is saying, I'm number one. Same shit I do with my best friends in the world. We go in that booth. I love you. I'm going to murk you, motherfucker. And me thinking I'm going to murk him, he thinking he going to murk me. I know one thing. This song finna have two great verses because we pushing each other to our extreme. Every black person understood that when Kendrick Lamar said it in Control, except for Drake because he's not of our culture. That's why I'm saying I'm coming back to what's the dirt. Like, if you want to say that somebody's resentful to show envy, you need to put up clips to show that. You didn't show nothing that Kendrick Lamar was resentful of Drake. If anything, wow. As a competitor, I know for a fact I'm better than that nigga. He got bigger fans than I do. He got a bigger reach. He got everything that I want in life. And I still love this nigga enough to give him nothing but positive praise, enough to give him nothing but his flowers, enough to get in interviews and tell him how he put me on my first big tour. He said nothing but positivity. That is the exact opposite of envy. That is the exact opposite. That's the problem. I'm watching this. I'm like, what did Kendrick Lamar deserve? What did he do to deserve a nigga making a documentary saying he envious? And every clip you can show, he's showing nothing but praise for Drake. Kendrick Lamar wants to earn this. That's a competitive spirit in our culture. That is not envy. You don't understand that. What's the dirt? You don't get it. And it's cool. I'm not even coming on you on personal shit. I'm just saying, like, you have flaws in the way, even that you want to be unbiased and achieve your result, that you're putting out all the information you can find, that they come back and watch your shit. But my worry is that, like, 10 years, somebody come back and watch your shit, they're like, damn, he was envious of Drake. Where? If Kendrick, I'm going to make it very simple for you, what's the dirt? If Kendrick Lamar was envious of Drake, he would have been saying, you would have had clips of saying all kind of dirty shit about Drake. He did nothing but show Drake praise. If anything, it looked like the nigga was hurt that Drake took it so personal. Damn. What the fuck? Maybe this shit they saying about Drake is true. He not being from our culture, because everybody else from my culture understood it. Every nigga I mentioned in Control understood it. I think it's wrong. I think it's so wrong to put on Kendrick's reputation to say that he was envious of Drake, because I ain't seen no motherfucking evidence on the internet, and I didn't see no evidence inside of your documentary. That's facts, bro. That is facts. Do you feel What's the Dirt was out of touch on this or influenced by someone or something? I don't think that he was influenced by anything. I have not seen anything that What's the Dirt put out to show that he has a dirty agenda. I think What's the Dirt, this is a great scientific study that white people can learn what we mean when we say that you are a guest in our culture, because I think he set out to do the greatest thing. I think when he was getting so much hate for making this, and he fought the hate to still put out what he think accurate, I think that shows good character about What's the Dirt. But even in your greatest character, there's a difference between, and y'all know I said this many times, there's a difference between me being born and raised in Macon, Georgia, and growing up in the hood, and I find this fascination with Mexican music. I ain't in Mexico. I love it. I done listened to all the Mexican songs and shit. I done started dressing like Mexicans. There's a difference between, even though I can recite some shit, there's a difference between me and a real motherfucking Mexican that making Mexican music. There's a difference between me and a blogger in Mexico. The difference between me and What's the Dirt is that I will understand this. I would totally get this. And I think that a lot of white people try to fight this. A lot of white people try to fight this by saying, I'm not no fake ass motherfucker. I know these fake ass fucking white people who lie and perpetuate a stereotype and do all this. I'm not them. I'm authentic. The best way I can explain this to you, What's the Dirt? You need to go watch A Time to Kill. You need to go watch Samuel L. Jackson talking to Matthew McConaughey alone. He told Matthew McConaughey, I didn't hire you for your degrees. I didn't hire you for your skill set. I know you got skill set. I hired you because you white. And with you being white, you can make them see my fucking daughter. If he never would have said that to him, all the studying and every fucking thing Matthew McConaughey did wouldn't have mattered. Samuel L. Jackson character would have been found guilty of that murder. He was found guilty because he was found innocent, because when he said that to him, it tapped into his brain. So like, I get it now. I'm not going to lie to myself no more. They don't give a fuck about your daughter because she's black. So I'm finna go out here and say this speech, and I'm finna make them see a white girl. He didn't go about right or wrong, because if you look at it, that's wrong. They should love her because she's black. Fuck that idealistic shit. You want to get me off? Fuck being idealistic. Be realistic. They're not gonna care about my girl unless she white. You can do the best job you got. You will still be a visitor to our culture, not because it's something cool that black people like to say as a cheap way to put white people out, as you try to jump over this for anyone critiquing you. You try to jump over this by saying it in your video. It's true. It's true. You will never understand that. You will never understand that, like, I'm trying to name somebody. I don't see no battle rap blogger with more skills than I got. I know my flaws. I know I don't come on here a lot. I don't stick to one subject, one culture. But I'm like, if I did what these niggas did, if I stuck to just that one category and I came on every day and I took the time to edit, a lot of these niggas big wouldn't be big. I would be that nigga. I don't envy the guys who are big by saying that. I don't envy them at all. I just know in my competitive spirit and knowing about myself, I know. You look at that as envy because you're not a part of this culture. The hip hop watch, I wouldn't say you said so basically what the dirt may not intend to come off compromise, but still accomplish it. Possibly, I have to think about your statement more. I would say right now, what the dirt may not intend to come off compromise, but he still comes across ignorant. And I mean the definition of ignorant, like he don't know. I don't mean as a put down. I'm just saying, like, I'm being literal. He don't know. He don't know. All these black people here, and it'll be cheap of him to just say, well, they're black. They're gonna say that because I'm white. But if he really wants to study our culture, look at everybody in my chat. Type of one. If you didn't see anything at all that Kendrick Lamar showed that he was envious of Drake prior to Drake getting mad at the Control verse. Just type of one if you feel Kendrick did not show anything. A real motherfucker would study this. They look at this shit. They look at this. Not one person saw envy. Big Sean did not get in his feelings about the Control verse. Big Sean showed that he weak because Big Sean went on all interviews saying he loved the Control verse. He liked the Control verse. He even said that he didn't want to take it down. He said Kendrick Lamar didn't want to take it down. He didn't have a problem with it until this pressure kept coming towards him from outside sources. If you got a problem with something, you got a problem with something from the beginning, from your heart, without nobody getting into your mind. He showed that he was weak-minded. Big Sean never had a problem. He praised. There's so many fucking interviews he praised Kendrick Lamar verse, but they kept fucking with him. They kept fucking with him. He let the fucking audience fuck with him and fuck with him and fuck with him until he developed a problem. He didn't have a problem with it. Big Sean understood it. If you would look at these ones, if you're really trying to grow and learn and better yourself in a culture that you are a guest in, you would do that. Oh, so like the hardest part for me to watch was the beginning part to where he tried to say that Kendrick Lamar was envious of Drake. The second hardest part, and it's very nuanced, and it really has nothing to do with this particular situation, but just in general. I personally cannot stand when someone say that Drake gave Kendrick Lamar his number ones. He posted 4 number ones and said 2 of them were from Drake, not like us and like that. When I see shit like that, I be like, you're robbing Kendrick Lamar who he was. And the way I break this down, I would love it. I would love it. I would love it if fucking What's the Dirt would respond to me. I did my research before I went live. I tried to find a single diss song that was ever the number 1 song in the country. A diss song that went motherfucking crazy. If it's just Drake, how many people has dissed Drake in his career? None of them went number 1. None of them beat Taylor Swift, Post Malone, and all these pop fucking. No one did that. I went all the way back to Hit 'Em Up. And guess what I found, guys? Hit 'Em Up went number 1 for 2 weeks, but it didn't. John, how did it? But it didn't. Hit 'Em Up was sold on a CD as a B-side to How Do You Want It? How Do You Want It? So really, How Do You Want It went number 1. But I know in my heart of hearts, living on that time, I know that it was people buying just that max CD when we bought CDs back. They weren't really buying that for How Do You Want It. They could get the album for that. They was buying that CD for Hit 'Em Up, because that was the only way you can get Hit 'Em Up. Wasn't no downloading it for free. Wasn't no watching it on YouTube. You had to buy the fucking CD. I know that Hit 'Em Up pushed that bitch to number one. That's that max single to number one. But on record, the max single for number one was How Do You Want It? Hit 'Em Up on the B-side. That's the closest a diss record. Who are our legends in hip-hop? Jay-Z is our legend. Jay-Z didn't go number one on his diss track to Nas. One of the greatest battle rap songs of all time is Ether. Ether did not go number one. So when y'all keep saying this shit, it pisses me the fuck off that you acting like it ain't Kendrick. ASAP Rocky just dissed Drake a week ago. Is that bitch on the top 100? Is that bitch? It's Kendrick. It's the intelligence. It's the words. It's the understanding. It's the understanding of my motherfucking people. It's the set that he trapped. Everything is all Kendrick. It's not Drake. It's Kendrick. If it was Drake, why Drake ain't went number one on no fucking diss record he got? It's Kendrick. Just K-Dot. There's a slap in his face to say that. And I gotta be honest, you win number one without Drake. Let's be honest with that. How the fuck? No one will ever do this. People will diss Drake in the future. They won't go number one. People diss Drake in the past. They didn't go number one. It's Kendrick. Why the fuck we not saying this? Kendrick. It's a slap in his face to dismiss that man for his greatness. An anomaly is something that's different. Drake is not different if everybody dissing him and they don't make the top 100. That's the same. An anomaly is something that's different. The anomaly is Kendrick. That's the only difference. Name me one other difference. The anomaly is not Drake, it's Kendrick. Y'all gave Drake the title of being the intelligent guy that gonna make a dance hit, even though he got it from Tupac, Hit 'Em Up. I just stayed quiet on it, but fuck, I don't even need that right now. I don't even need that. Y'all gave Drake. He the one who gonna dish you and make a hit off of it. When y'all gave Drake that reputation, he didn't go number one. The only motherfucker that went number one off trying to make a hit while dissing is Kendrick. The anomaly is Kendrick. Get around that, what's the dirt? Get around what I just said. Do all your fucking research and get around that. It didn't. It didn't. I don't just have my feelings. I research before I go live. I may say this shouldn't be wrong. Let me look it up. It didn't. The only diss track in the history of all rap diss tracks is Not Like Us that went number one. And last 3 seasons. I love Ether. I know every word. Every time I come on, I'm going to rap every word. While I rap every word, Ether never went number one. Never. I told you I was gonna break this shit down. I'm like, bruh, I'm watching. I think that the hotel footage and everything that What's the Dirt did to line the timeline, that is way more than enough evidence that it is totally fine. It's totally okay for Drake to use that as a diss, even though we don't know. Because Nas said in Ether that Jay-Z fucked Foxy Brown. We never did a deep dive. We just assumed he fucked Foxy Brown. Right? We didn't even have nothing to go off that except for she rapped with the nigga. We had no evidence. We weren't looking for that in our diss tracks. So I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. From what What's the Dirt showed, it's totally acceptable for Drake to go that route. Another thing I felt like that was a little bit misplaced, I think he put too much energy. He kept repeatedly over 2 hours and 30 minutes showing this white woman with blonde hair, He, like, if you watch his documentary, it's like Kendrick Lamar has an obsession. Like, this nigga is obsessed with white women. And I'm gonna be honest with you, you're giving Kendrick Lamar too much credit to try to be a one narrative. When he out fucking, I think Kendrick Lamar fucking everybody. I don't think it was white women. I think it was just light skin. Like they open it down. He when What's the Dirt said, like, yo, he losing the battle, and Drake trying to say he just like him. Drake fucking everybody, Kendrick fucking everybody. And Drake saying that Kendrick mad that he can't be like him. That is totally wrong. Kendrick Lamar is mad at himself for failing. You know how mad you got to be a black dude at yourself, to be a black nigga from the hood. And you come out and spill everything about yourself, not only to your girl, but to the entire world. And you take your wrongs and you just want, this nigga been praying in every fucking song on every album, I want to be better. What's the dirt? Why Drake's narrative failed is because ain't in no song Drake said he want to be better. If we take Drake's best, most vulnerable open songs like A Marvin's Room, Drake still trying to fuck the chick. She done went on to a happy relationship. I'm just saying you can do better. He has never showed an attempt at growth. And this is what you gotta understand. What's the dirt? There are niggas out here who fucking and doing wrong to they fucking girl. Not a lot, but there are some that like know they fucking up and know they want to do better. And they can relate to Kendrick Lamar. They can relate to his honesty. They can relate to all of this. So, like, I never heard Jay-Z fuck no fucking Foxy Brown, but when Nas put that in his fucking diss, it landed. You don't understand, like, when you was like, yo, this is credible, it's great for Drake to say this, you're right, but you're not asking yourself the right questions. Why did it not land? Why did we not saying Drake wrong on this? We saying Drake wrong on a Dave Free fucking guy had a baby by a child. Why aren't we saying Drake wrong on this? We know Drake right on this. So ask yourself, why did it not land? It didn't land because Kendrick Lamar put it all out to the fucking world. He didn't have to do it. He didn't have to do it. Before Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers dropped, you yourself pointed out Whitney's fucking message on IG, which is still up to this day. Thank you for your growth. Thank you for revealing who you are. That came out before the album did. You want to shock me? Tell me a nigga doing some creepy ass shit. Don't tell me a nigga doing some creepy ass shit after he done broke down, made peace with himself, tried to push us to get peace for ourselves, and revealed it all to the world. I don't give a fuck. And then it'd be different if it was like 4 years into the relationship. My nigga, you talking about 20 years ago. 20 fucking years ago. 99% of my chat done been through at least 4, 5 relationships in the past 20 years. If a couple been together that long, they done been through some shit. They done been through some shit. You're not asking yourself the right questions. Ask yourself, what's the dirt? Why did it not land? Drake said a lot of shit that where the fuck did this come from? We have no evidence of. We not rocking with it. When he got on the shit, we knew, which is Kendrick Lamar did cheat on his wife multiple fucking times. Why did it not land? Why do black women prefer Kendrick Lamar over Drake? Drake got all the songs specifically made at the beginning of his career for black women to love. Kendrick Lamar was cheating on his girl at the time that Drake was making these songs. You think Drake would be, what's the difference? Drake appeared to put on a facade. Facades don't last. And let's look at what happened over time. Kendrick Lamar is bad. He out here cheating on this fucking girl. Drake out here, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on. That's when you're the prettiest. Right? So you studying in college, and all the girls know this shit is true. Drake up here, Kendrick down here. What happened over time? Your true self reveals. Kendrick true self. What the fuck am I doing? I'm not like this. I'm scarred. I'm hurting. I'm drinking. Niggas who like to fucking get new pussy ain't feeling bad about getting no new pussy. I'm destroyed. I'm distraught over time. Them personalities, the real personality you can't hide, come out. You can't hide that. So when you can't hide that, thank you for showing me I don't have to be perfect. Thank you for showing me it's okay that I made mistakes. Thank you for showing me that I can be a good person. That's what Kendrick Lamar is showing. Drake, I got all the girls. I got hundreds of millions of dollars. Now I'm finna go fuck everybody girl. Now I'm finna go out here and just thrash for zero reason all the beautiful black women that people look up to because they didn't like me. The real personality started to show itself over time. You can't hide the facade. Kendrick doing dirt was his facade. It wasn't his person. Drake being nice and catering to women was his facade. It wasn't his real person. Another thing you got wrong in your video, and this just coming straight from ignorance, you didn't know. You went out your way to show Drake's bloodline from his father's side. You went out your way to tell us we can't take this from Drake. This is his genes. This is his root. My man, where did Kendrick Lamar paint Drake as being white from his roots? Kendrick Lamar painted Drake for being white from his actions, which we all see. That's why you don't see it. You're not a part of the culture. You don't see it. Drake has a white mom. J. Cole has a white mom. Drake has a black dad. J. Cole has a black dad. Why has Kendrick Lamar never tried to paint this narrative to J. Cole? Because the actions of J. Cole and Drake are different. It wasn't from their heritage. It wasn't from their bloodline. If it was, why did Kendrick Lamar go out his way to tell Drake's son he's a black man? He a black man. It's from Drake's actions. Oh, you making me remember. I was worried. I ain't gonna lie. I was worried I was gonna forget all my topics today to show what's the dirt got wrong. What's the dirt you really upset me when you got on Money Trees? Did y'all hear what What's the Dirt said about Money Trees? And I'm like, what hurt me is that this nigga is known for looking up shit. But he didn't see the studios Kendrick Lamar purchased for people to rap at. The studio time that he paid for people to rap at. He broke down and said that Kendrick Lamar don't plant money trees because he don't have a business in that neighborhood. He broke down, he giving money to charity. When Kendrick Lamar showed up at Compton College after the fucking battle, he just give money to charity, he can write that off. This would be dangerous. If the greatest intent of someone Because I believe that, and I could be wrong, I believe that What's the Dirt has the greatest intent. It's the greatest intent of someone. You can take one of our people who care about our communities, and you can just break them down and be like, you ain't planting no fucking money trees. It's the greatest intent. Like, here's my thing about touching on something that crazy is that, like, you shouldn't even feel comfortable saying no shit like that unless you did real research. But on a topic like this, what real research did you do? Like, what did you do? Okay, let me type in his business tax ID. This is the charity he gave to, and I don't see nothing else. What did you do? Did you talk to people in Compton? Did you look up interviews with people in Compton? Did you look up shit that the mayor's saying? What is your in-depth shit to go off something that hard and say that this man don't plant no fucking money trees for his community? I need to say Act's place because Act would never debate me because it would be bad for his image if DJ Academics debated me. Especially on the topic of Kendrick and Drake, because like he done already put out so much harsh shit that like it's child's play for me to break down. Minor thing you got wrong. You try to make it look like Kendrick Lamar is a good guy, and Drake is pointing out that like you're not a street dude, bro. Like, this is why I get frustrated with What's the Dirt when it's easy research. You ain't gotta do that much deep shit. How many people have come out real killers, and every fucking body from Compton be like, "Yo, Kendrick, say the word, you are fucked up." Kendrick say, even Lil Me from making Georgia. I was on Quiz Bowl. I made all A's. I'm from the hood. If you touch me growing up, you getting fucked up by real motherfucking killers. Cause I'm just there. I'm just a part of that. And that's just a small little old me in a little old town. Imagine a nigga like Kendrick Lamar. And this is the one thing, since somebody talking about emotions, not facts. Here goes some facts for you. In his documentary, he was like, this is why they got a champagne named after Drake and Delilah. What's the Dirt? They have a champagne named after Drake and Delilah. Prior to the beef, he ain't been back. Kendrick said he had a show in Oakland. Kendrick put it, not like us. That's gonna be your last stop, nigga. Why did not Drake go? If Kendrick, this soft ass little nigga who can't push no buttons, he didn't go. Don't that make Drake look bad? Head to Delilah with all of my ice. You didn't head to Delilah with all of your ice. You did not head to Delilah with. Why you didn't put that in your video? Are you saving that for Meet the Grams or some shit? It's one thing to say it. Somebody talking about ain't saying facts. I'm saying facts. He ain't been back. He ain't been back. Why? Kendrick just a little good kid in the Mad City. Why he ain't been back? Why Drake ain't been back? Had to I let my ice. It gotta be a reason, right? All these fucking fans that love Drake in Oakland, why did not Drake do the show in Oakland? Why? It's just a little good kid in the Mad City, right? Why? I'm like, where is he getting at on this part? He kept inching and building like Kendrick, this nice dude, and Drake is pointing out that you're not built like that. You don't have to be built like that when you're part of the culture. I'm not built like that. I'm built, and I'm a crazy motherfucker. You come swinging at me, we fight. I don't give a damn. We fighting. I ain't no shooter unless it's a self-defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not built like that, like a street nigga. But you can't touch me on the south side. You can't do shit to me on the south. Them niggas gonna kill you. They gonna kill you, my nigga. What makes you think Kendrick Lamar not like this? Here's something you won't know if you're not from the hood, and all my black people know this. If they know that their life fucked up and they got multiple felonies and they got gun charges and they not going nowhere, when they look at that good kid in that mad city and they see he got good grades or they see a talent like he can rap real good, this is one thing white people never say because they don't know because they're not from the culture. That person is well protected. He the nigga that can get out. He can get out of here. We gonna make sure he get out of here. You never ever hear any white YouTuber talk about this because they're not from the hood. But all the motherfuckers in my chat from the hood, they know. Ain't nobody like a real street nigga. When he hears somebody got shot at down the street, oh, they shot Ray Ray. Ray Ray a hood nigga. They coming. Like, what the fuck they fucking with Ray Ray? When they hear is little Johnny, who don't fuck with nobody, who make all A's and play with his Transformer toys, when they hear somebody shot at little Johnny, everybody in the fucking hood coming. And you know what adds on to the spice of that? It's the mom. Little Johnny mom crying. And they know that little Johnny staying here and he don't fuck with nobody. They come in 10 times harder. You never hear white YouTubers talking about this because they're not from the culture. They only know what they see on the outside. So to say the build is Kendrick Lamar wasn't a real gangster or nothing like that. So, like, you know, when Kendrick comes out, Kendrick saying what he knows his whole life. Like me, I know if you fuck with me on the south side, you're gonna die. You're gonna get shot. He's saying the truth. And they coming out saying the truth from Compton. If Kendrick, this is what I'm saying. What's the Dirt is known for digging and find deep information. This is not deep information. This is surface level shit. All of us can type in YouTube right now. The gangsters are on interview saying, if Kendrick say go, we going. If Kendrick say go, we going. Now tell me why I'm being emotional right now and not saying facts. Fuck, boy, because I saw your comment. Facts, they gonna, in the hood, you protect the star. You protect the guy who not of that life. That has always been that way in the hood. You wouldn't know this if you're not from the hood. Let me tell you something that's right in your face. What's the dirt that you didn't catch? I know you heard the name Tuka. Do you know why Tuka famous? Do you know why his ops get sent after they killed that little boy, that little 15-year-old boy at the bus stop? Do you know why they named the hood after Tuka? Wasn't a fucking gangster. Tuka was Kendrick Lamar. Tuka was on a high school wrestling team. Tuka was not no motherfucking thug. They killed one of their good guys on 63rd. That's why 63rd got mad. That's why it's called Tukaville. Tuka wasn't no hardcore gangster criminal. They killed one of their good guys. And that's some information right in your face. I don't know what you mean. This your second time showing shade. I'm going to embarrass you. Every time I go live, I got to embarrass a nigga. Say how you feel that I can understand it so I can embarrass you. Please. I want all the smoke. I don't know what the fuck you mean by that. This is what I'm saying. Sweetie MS. A lot of people are getting blinded by skin. It's not skin. You would put DJ Academics on my side because we're both black. No, DJ Academics is the same as What's the Dirt. There are two people not from the American culture that they talk about. So DJ Academics also would not know this information. That's why he would say that. Well, he's trying to say Drake, a good kid, Kendrick Lamar, a good kid in the fucking hood. In the fuck, when Kendrick Lamar walk outside his house with that motherfucking syrup sandwich, because he ain't got no peanut butter and jelly. When he walk outside his house and he this good kid, he ain't in no gang and he still dressed like them because that's how you dress in your motherfucking hood. When he walk out and he play kickball, when he play hide and seek, his entire life from growing up, he grew up in that fucking shit. So they gonna love him. They're not gonna go, I guess this is the stupid shit that people outside our culture think. Hey, you make good grades, so we're not gonna fuck with you. That ain't how it is. You love everybody who you hang around when you're a little kid. We all love each other. Let me tell y'all some shit. When I got to high school, I started hanging with niggas who didn't grow up in the hood. They dressed nice. They were privileged niggas. My hood niggas from 3rd Street was mad. They ain't gonna do nothing to me. They just gonna be motherfucking mad. They ain't gonna beat my ass. They ain't gonna jump on me. They gonna see me like, you hang with no bitch ass niggas. Slap one of them in the face. We fight one-on-one. They're not gonna jump on me because I'm them. I'm their family. I don't know how to explain this to niggas who didn't grow up in the hood. You're family when you raised like that. You don't have to be gangster. You're there. You walk down the street, you go in the store, y'all do a plan, and y'all go on different aisles in the store to steal shit and come out with chips and goddamn juices. This is what they don't understand. I might have been scared. I'm gonna go to jail. Shut your little bitch ass up, nigga. I stole it. I got the 25-cent bag of Doritos, nigga. We finna go behind an alley, behind some old crackhead house, and put together all the stuff we stole, and we finna share it. And I ain't motherfucking gangster. This is what y'all don't know. Look at them. They know I'm telling the truth. DJ Academics and What's the Dirt don't understand this. All they understand that they got this movie shit in their head. Like, all the killers roll together. And if you're not one of the killers, you're not really one of them, they're not fucking with you. That's the farthest from truth ever. The killers protect the fucking guys that don't roll like that because y'all family. This is why when Kendrick Lamar blows up, he can push a button. He can make one call, he can say one thing, and they're gonna go out there and fuck that dude up for Kendrick Lamar. The difference between Kendrick Lamar and what in relation to what DJ Academic said, Drake didn't grow up around any of this. There is no one that Drake can call outside of after Lil Wayne signed him and he blew up. Anybody, Drake. You think Drake was at 17, 18 years old, he can call the motherfucking biker gang to come help him? All this shit is after Drake left. Not the hood. Left a great Jewish, clean-cut neighborhood. When he's sitting at dinner and we got videos, yeah, thank you guys, but I just think it's so pretentious when they talk like this. You think Kendrick Lamar ever said the word pretentious growing up? You only know hood life from songs and from movies. But damn, I tried to take up for you. I can't even take up from you. I literally just tried to take up for y'all outside the culture. But damn, I'm gonna show you why I can't even take up for y'all when we talk about movies. Y'all motherfuckers saw Boys in the Hood. And by the way, from all y'all outside the culture, inside the culture, niggas grew up in the hood. Don't be a menace as hell in high regard and boys in the hood. Y'all think boys in the hood because that made the most money. That was the number one biggest one. Now we fought with don't menace to society. We fought with menace to society better than that. There's some shit y'all probably don't know. But in boys in the hood, what happened when they shot the nigga and killed him that's going to college? What happened when they shot fucking Ricky? It's in your face. The movie ain't even starring the gangsters. The movie is starring Trey, who 99.9% was me in the hood. I was goddamn Trey in the hood. And a lot of people be watching my shit, they can tell you, yeah, John Shay was Trey. John was Trey. Trey and Ricky. Two niggas who not street niggas. What would have happened if somebody would have came down that street when Trey was walking with that plate of food to get to his dad, and they would have 8 niggas jumped out the car, they would have jumped on Trey, who not gangster, who not street, who would not have shot you? What would have happened if Ice Cube and all of them saw Trey getting jumped on? What would have happened? This is the shit y'all don't think about when you're not really from the hood. Hey, what I say, Caliber? Y'all miss shit that's right in your face. Y'all know gangs. Y'all know that. Y'all know all the stacking and shit. Y'all, what y'all see on TV and whatever, right? Y'all don't know that, like, before your gang is your neighborhood. If Ice Cube, Nigga, and Will Sheldon was in the gang, cool, they rhyme for their gang. But they rhyme for their neighborhood first. Trey is their neighbor that grew up with them across the street. He not in no gang. You fuck with Trey, they killing you, bro. They coming after you just as hard. Niggas care about that intermediate round at every block. Y'all know the store you walk to. That comes before your gang. Don't let these motherfucking songs fool you. These YouTubers aren't of the culture. Watch these young cats that are running around taking each other out with no discretion and think that's how it always worked. Facts. Facts. So I'm watching his shit. I'm seeing what he got right. I see the good things that he doing. I see that he really. One thing I really disagree with what's the dirt on, and now this is just my personal opinion. There's no facts to back what I'm about to say. What's the dirt really believes that we are caught in the moment, and this nigga ended his documentary saying, Family Matters is going to be held to a really such higher regard in the future. And to me, that was the most out of touch thing that he could say. And it may not even be for a good reason. It could be for a bad reason. Like, it isn't time that Drake is shown to be out of the culture. It just is what it is. 10 years from now, Drake will still be the guy that is running around saying the most gangster shit coming from a great Canadian Jewish white neighborhood. 10 years from now, there's still going to be relationships where people have a lot of trauma in the beginning, but they can last the test of time over 20 years. There is absolutely nothing. And like he said, we can wait and see. We can wait and see. I'll make a video 10 years from now. It will be held in the exact same regard that it's held in now. But the fact that he truly in his heart believed, because what he's holding on to, we're not giving Family Matters its credit because Drake was rapping his ass off. If you got a pie chart, when you got the entire world looking at a drama, you know, because you got merch made off of it, the big drama 2024. There's only one slice of that that's looking at actual lyricism. And when that slice that's looking at actual lyricism is going to get broken down into further parts, making it that much smaller. Because even guys like me that look at lyricism, I'm saying Drake is rapping his ass off, and you agree with me on the parts he's not talking about Kendrick. Matter of fact, it may be worse over time, because anybody going to barbershop 10 years from now and they talk about this beef that happened in 2024, they're talking about Drake versus Kendrick. And you got to go play a song where after the fucking intro beat, we got to go wait all the way to the end to hear this nigga talk about Kendrick. Now you got to stop the momentum of the new person you trying to show about the beef of 2024. Wait, Kendrick used to be a police officer? No, he's talking about this other guy named Ricky Rose on that part right there. But keep going. Wait, Kendrick from Toronto? Kendrick from Toronto? I thought Kendrick from California. Y'all, you confused? No. That's his R&B singer name. The Weeknd. There was an R&B singer. Why is he rapping about an R&B singer? They not gonna give a fuck about that middle part, bro. The nigga lyrics was not that awesome that like they gonna lyrics are so great. Like, they're not gonna care. Who the fuck is Drake talking about during this long ass part? Whoa. Drake fuck Kendrick girl? No. He's talking about another guy named A$AP Rocky. Who the fuck is A$AP Rocky? That's what's gonna happen 10 years from now. Who the fuck is A$AP Rocky? And everything I just said is taking a slice of a pie that the whole other world don't care about, just in that who care about lyrics, and breaking that slice into other slices. Family Matters is not going to age any fucking better. Headed to light but I let my eyes. Wow, this Drake guy he's an amazing guy. This is awesome. So like the Kendrick guy was saying you can't come to LA, and Drake was like, I'm bringing all my jury. Wait. He never went back. Wait, he never. He hasn't. He didn't go to Delilah like he said in the song. Nah. Okay, that's weird. But that Kendrick guy said in that song that Oakland show gonna be your last stop, and Drake, from me researching, he had that show in Oakland. That made Drake look gangster when he showed up. Now wait. He canceled the Oakland show. What? What's the dirt? How will Family Matters age any better? How? Go live and show me that. How? Stay free. You know what? I thought this Kendrick guy you're teaching me about had better lyrics than Drake and better songs, but like the fact that his best friend actually fucked his old lady and had a son by her, that is the most damaging shit of all time. Yeah, that's not looking to be true. Is there any evidence I can look over this online? Anything I can type in and see? It looks like during the time when they were doing this great 2024 battle, Kendrick was still best friends with Dave Free. And this is the part that I like. I'm trying my hardest to understand and give what's the dirt the benefit of the doubt. What's the dirt? The biggest shit that calls you out as a researcher and the Family Matters is when you look at the fucking camera and you say, there is zero evidence to show this. And then you put up like, you say that him and Dave Free been cool with this. And then after you say this, right after you say this in your documentary, you say, but come on now, Drake wouldn't just make this up for no reason. You give Drake something he did not earn. He didn't earn that. You can't think for Drake. You don't know Drake. You've never met Drake. You can't go, everything is pointing against Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free having a riff. They've been friends the entire time. They got a company the entire time. He shot the fucking video for Not Like Us. Nothing shows this. After you have zero fucking, you don't even have zero evidence. Evidence will be above zero. You have negative. You have things to show that they love each other and they best friends still. And after showing the negative evidence of this, you're going to fix your fucking face to look at the camera and say, but come on, why would Drake say this, though? He must have got it from somewhere. I don't work like that, fam. I don't work like that, fam. You're going to have to show me. Why did you say that in your unbiased documentary? Why did you say that? Explain that. It's to the point. If What's the Dirt see this shit, he gonna have to ignore it. He gonna have to ignore it. There's no way he can answer that shit. Why did you paint the picture that Drake there's no evidence at all where he got this from, and there's evidence to the contrary, and finish that, and open your motherfucking mouth and say, come on, guys. I mean, Drake wouldn't just say this for no reason. He must have got it from somewhere. Unnigga. Yes, he said that for real. Go watch the documentary. He literally does everything I just said right here. He paints the whole narrative that there's evidence to the contrary, that Kendrick Lamar and Free still cool. And then he literally says, but come on, like, I believe Drake got this from somewhere. He wouldn't say it must have come from somewhere. Drake got the beating allegations from a white girl. Facts, no opinion. There is no media article. There is no police report. The only thing is a young white girl. He got it from a young white girl. Why the fuck what you just wrote matters without evidence? I thought he said Drake was confident in the information he got. What information Drake got if What's the Dirt didn't post the information? The nigga said there is no information. There is zilch for Drake to say that Dave Free had sex with Kendrick Lamar girl. Zero. Matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, he came down to the fact that, come on, guys, if he did her this dirty, you know what I'm saying? It can't be out of the reach that she must have done something dirty too. That's it. What information? And this entire live is coming from somebody giving What's the Dirt leeway of ignorance. When I say he's ignorant, that's a positive, because he's either ignorant or he's compromised. That's what I'm saying. He said Whitney could have cheated. We don't know. I literally just said that. He like, you know, if he must have did it, he said it can't be out of the realms that she must have did it too. That's cool, my brother. You're trying to hold a video for the test of time to last from 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Can you show it? Or do you want the people who 14 years old, who are going to be 24 years old and look this up. You want them to just think that she cheated on Kendrick Lamar because you fucking said it's plausible with zero evidence? What is your goal, bruh? What are you trying to fucking do? He got his information from the Best Man movie. Like, what are you trying to do? You want your video to be all. You said that at the end of the fucking documentary. You want this to be the place that they can come find unbiased truth. Someone that stated like it is. You felt proud of that. And in feeling proud of that, you go to show evidence that Kendrick Lamar, very, very close friend, zero evidence. He had sex with his fucking girl. And you want them to look at you, look at the camera and say, Drake must have got it from somewhere. Because that's literally what you said. That don't make no motherfucking sense. That shit pissed me off, man. How can you use that against me, Flow Easy? Because when I keep the same information, I done got a billion fucking videos up about Meet the Grams. Every single one of them, I said, I don't give a fuck about that 11-year-old daughter shit because I see no evidence. Every single one. That's what the difference between me and everybody else. I stay the same, whether I want a nigga to win or want a nigga to lose. I even went so far and looked up the YouTube video that played Meet the Grams with 3 verses instead of 4 to see how that shit sound. Still devastating because of that 3rd verse. That final verse, I guess. I've never in my life gave Kendrick Lamar credit for talking about an 11-year-old daughter because I stay true to my principles. I need evidence of this shit. Kendrick Lamar showed no evidence of this. So if I'm not rocking with Kendrick, who I like, who showed no evidence, why am I rocking that Dave Free fuck Kendrick Lamar girl? When y'all been waiting all this time for What's the Dirt to put this shit out here, and through all his investigation, he ain't show shit. I don't delete nothing. You can't never go back and look at where I contradicted myself. I don't delete shit. All my lives are up. All my videos are up. I've said this a billion fucking times. I sound like a broken record. The absolute most damaging thing that Kendrick said in Meet the Grams was the last stanza. That's a nigga breaking down your core, your inside. When I first heard it, I saw other people reacting because they used to the YouTube drama. Oh my God, he said Drake got a daughter. When I was listening to Meet the Grams for the first time, I was like, that's interesting, but if he don't show no shit, it don't count. When I heard the last stanza of that song and you embarrassed of him. That ain't how your mama raised you. I was like this. Take that mask off. My face changed. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Oh, Drake, this is bad. I didn't do that face on the 11-year-old daughter verse. I did that shit on that final verse when he breaking down Aubrey. And that shit was fucking true. That shit came from somewhere. The uncomfortable feeling you got at the end of Meet the Grams wasn't because Drake had an 11-year-old daughter. That awkward silence after that bitch said dun 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 dun, and it just went off. When you sat there for a second, that came from the last stanza of the song of him breaking out Aubrey. That didn't come from no girl. And this is what I'm saying, Jacqueline. This is easy information for us to find. In one hand, you want us to value how long you take these documentaries and how deep you look. On the other hand, you miss shit blatant in your face. when What's the Dirt got to the end of Family Matters, and he was like, "You're dead, you're dead." I'm sitting here just knowing that What's the Dirt about to play the song where Kendrick Lamar said, "You're dead." He didn't even find that. It's right in your face on YouTube. Drake is doing what Kendrick Lamar did to throw it back in his face. What's the Dirt didn't even find that. He'll be shocked if he saw this. Like, damn, I ain't know Kendrick Lamar said that in the song. Why believe you? You never gave us nothing to believe in. Was a stank face. That was. I never made a stank face on the 11-year-old daughter verse. Ever. When Kendrick Lamar say, "I try to sympathize with you, I know you ain't been through nothing." And you see the video footage of Drake in a blue shirt, really angry at his mom. Drake looked like a little white boy who was about to throw a tantrum, but he couldn't throw a tantrum because he knew a video was recording him. He looked like he was about to cuss his motherfucking mama out because she ain't bring him no fucking chicken salad sandwich. That ain't no hood shit to me. That ain't no. When I saw that, I'm like, if there was no cameras here, Drake would literally be saying, "That's some fucking bullshit, Mom. I told you I want the chicken salad sandwich." Why believe you? You never gave us nothing to believe in. Yeah, tuna. I'm sorry, tuna. And I ain't the only black person that felt that way. I guarantee most black people saw that footage of Drake growing up and his mama forgot to bring him the sandwich. They're like, if this camera went here, he going full spoiled white boy mode. He going full, he going cuss it. She looked like, they talking about Whitney looked like she been abused. Drake mama looked like in that footage, she done been cussed out by her teenage goddamn spoiled son. I'm like, taking out the trash. You ain't bring me my fucking tuna. I'm not saying Kendrick got the daughter from nowhere. I don't know, because behind the scenes they're going hard on this shit. But from the public view, yeah, if this happened to you before, it could have happened again. To me, that's not enough evidence to say that Drake has a daughter. But my thing is, I don't need that. He murked this nigga's soul with Meet the Grams without that verse. Another thing, the energy that What's the Dirt got wrong. He got something right factually, but the energy he got wrong. He's saying if Drake fucking these hoes and Kendrick was out here fucking these hoes, then Kendrick is mad that he can't fully embrace and let loose and live the life that Drake wants. That was so 180 opposite. Kendrick is a tortured soul who feels horrible about the shit he doing so much that he revealing it to the world. He didn't even wait. He didn't wait. We keep making this false shit like Kendrick waited all the way until Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. He was revealing this shit earlier in his career. This was a tortured soul who don't want to do this, while one guy fully embraces it. They're complete opposites. He didn't want to let loose and do what Drake did. He felt horrible about the fucked up decisions. You would only feel that way unless you're born with empathy. I saw that article. Now, I don't want to get this girl in trouble. So if y'all ain't been in my page, some people been, there's a girl who put out a motherfucking, she worked with Drake team. She lives in Canada. She's black. The videos on YouTube, y'all want to find it. I'm like, yo, I hope this girl ready for, like, I don't know if that video blew up. I take it, nobody ain't talking about it. But look for this girl. She revealed some shit about Drake having a daughter and what she saw at the time behind the scenes, and she was shocked that it just went away. That's what I'm saying, Lou. You keep opening yourself up to look crazy. I'm going to read this slowly to you, your own words, and show you how you're disconnected. You said, but if Drake don't believe bruh and think he's a grifter, why would he give him the benefit of the doubt? You said if Drake don't believe bruh, why do we care what Drake believes if we don't believe in Drake? If Drake is disconnected from our Black American culture, and I mean our thoughts, our immediate thoughts, why is it me and everybody in the motherfucking chat, and if you think it's my chat, I can go to any fucking chat. If it's Black Americans from our culture in it, why do we all think one way and Drake think a different way? That's the disconnect you're not noticing. He didn't break down bars. He played the bars and he gave his opinion on the bars. He did not break down the bars. What's the Dirt kept saying 3 shots because these 3 shots mean there ain't no fucking evidence of that. That's just what he thinks. He just said what he thinks. He said, what's the Dirt said, you're dead. He said, what, you're dead 3 times because the 3 times was significant. No, he said you're dead because Kendrick Lamar said another song. He's just saying his opinion. That's not a fact. He didn't break down anything. He's saying there's no basis of where he got his opinion. He saw, let me count this, 3, boom, boom, boom. All right, let me think what 3 could mean. 3 could mean this. Let me put this in my documentary. He didn't show no facts of this 3 to that. He just saying his fucking opinion. How the fuck your lame ass gonna tell me I'm going off emotions? Ain't that emotions? He did this 3 times. I think this 3 times mean this. I have 0 evidence to show of this. Nothing leading up to this. Who the fuck going off emotions? He also, for someone to do a lot of research, said that Whitney is biracial. Whitney has a Black parent and a biracial parent. Never in our hood did we look at that person as biracial. Biracial, you got a Black parent and a white parent. Drake has a white mom and a Black dad. J. Cole has a white mom and a Black dad. Whitney does not have that. He wants his documentary to last the test of time. And if you don't look up and do your own research on this shit and you watch that, you're going to think Whitney has a white parent and a Black parent. That's motherfucking Black. Now who going off facts? Now who going off facts? If there's nothing to watch 10 years from now, except for What's the Dirt Family Matters breakdown, the little person who was 10 years old now, who's going to be 20 years old when they watch it, going to think that Whitney is a biracial woman. That is misleading. He needs to correct that. She not only does not have a white parent, she grew up in a fucking hood. She grew up in the culture. Whitney is not Drake. Whitney is J. Cole. What's the Dirt also thought it was cool that Drake said, I fought black, white, and everything that's in between. He said he thought it was a great comeback. How is that a great comeback when that's not what Kendrick Lamar was dissing you for? Kendrick Lamar did not diss Drake saying that you're not fucking every race. That's Drake not understanding how he was dissed. Fact. Him continually to build this narrative as if Kendrick Lamar has this obsession. He's obsessed with white women because he put it in one lyric of his song. And this is what I'm saying. Like, hear me. I think Kendrick Lamar is worse when he did Dirt than what's the Dirt is saying, but what's the Dirt trying to build a narrative. I think Kendrick Lamar is worse by he wasn't just fucking white women. He was fucking all kind of fucking women. He was fucking all kind of women. You're worse if you fucking black, white, doing what Drake, everything in between, but you feel this guilt when you was fucking the white ones. You should have felt this guilt when you was fucking all of them because you cheating on your girl. That'd have been a great way for What's the Dirt to go. But if you'd have went that honest way, it would have destroyed the narrative that he's setting for, that Kendrick is obsessed with white women. Like me, I would not feel comfortable with Drake around my motherfucking daughter from the evidence that I've seen of Drake with younger women, hovering 17, 8-year-old. My daughter just graduated high school, just started college right now a month ago. I wouldn't feel comfortable with Drake in that situation. Me not feeling comfortable, I know that Drake still fucks older women too. He fucks 30-year-olds. He fucking 29-year-old strippers. He fuck all women. Kendrick Lamar was fucking all women. Lou, earlier you asked if is J. Cole black. Yes. You wanted me to answer that because your next response would have been, well, Drake is black too. Yeah. Tell everybody your biracial child is going to identify as black. The problem isn't that Drake isn't black because Kendrick Lamar called his son black. The problem is Drake is black and don't care or show to care about the plight of black people. The problem is I could look at Drake as being black, but I can see where he leans on I'm not black. I don't identify with your struggle or what you guys go through, even though you're supposed to be one of us, until it suits you. That's the problem with it. And the fact that you don't understand that, the fact that you feel that people trying to play, Drake paints himself as white more than his detractors paint him as white. He does it himself. So if you go against that, the sad reality is you're actually going against Drake. He can sit down with Elliott Wilson and say, I identify as black, but he don't show the actions that match it. That's what you don't understand. Nobody has stripped Drake of his blackness more than Drake's own actions. Diddler. Because I can keep going with this shit all day. Y'all post some shit, I'll come back to it. I just want to get the diddler out the way. See, other YouTubers run from comments like this. Watch how I handle this comment. A said, what do you think of Nipsey comparison implying Kendrick doesn't do enough for his community? This shows someone is outside of the culture. What saved my life on 3rd Street in the hood? There are 2 places that you can go to. I can walk through Body Home Projects, and I go to the Memorial Gym. Memorial Gym was 1 billion times more street. So many niggas died outside Memorial Gym, inside the gym playing basketball. So many shootings. It's cool to see shell shots laying around Memorial Gym in Macon, Georgia on the south side. Or I can turn right and go to the 2nd Street Boys and Girls Club. I have a degree in creative writing. You know where I first started writing from? At the 2nd Street Boys and Girls Club. The 2nd Street Boys and Girls Club was catered to so much positivity. Thought niggas come up that bitch sometime, but when you look at Memorial Gym compared to the 2nd Street Boys and Girls Club, it's kind of lame. I got my first kiss at the Boys and Girls Club. Hush, my first little booty. I had my first mentors. Evander Holyfield came to speak. They paid for positive influences. What does this have to do with your question? Nipsey put stores there. That's a positive thing, right? Black people employed. Let's be real. They employed at minimum wage. Offering 3-4 black people an employment job at minimum wage ain't helping more than a positive projection that Kendrick Lamar puts out to make people want to go up to be. If you want to go up and grow up to be Nipsey Hussle because you're a little kid, 6 years old, with a popsicle, and you come up and you see that famous rapper, you're going to see Nipsey Hussle draped in a fucking flag, Crip flag. You're going to see a bunch of gang members around the store. That don't fucking help black people more than the words of Kendrick Lamar. Look what happens when you're a good kid in the mad city. Look what you can be. Look what happens when you aren't afraid to hide who you are. Look what happens when you seek guidance. That will far reach more positivity. That will far make people want to go to school, want to get out of this fucking environment. Because you got to look at numbers. Nipsey was a positive person that wanted good by his people. But by Nipsey being Crip and repping Crip, you got one guy doing this and 30 motherfuckers around him not doing that. So what are the percentages that if you're a child and you want to grow up, hey man, this is how Crip doing it. Look at Nipsey how doing it. What's the percentage that you're going to be like Nipsey, or you're going to be like the other 29 fucking Crips hanging around? This is shit we don't want to speak about. This is the shit we don't want to discuss. I would rather my child listen to Kendrick Lamar albums and grow up watching Kendrick Lamar than Nipsey Hussle after all the positive shit that Nipsey Hussle did. I will far want my child going to Kendrick Lamar route. Suck my dick, bitch ass nigga. I hate you coming here saying negativity and you such a hoe, you don't show your face. I didn't say one negative thing about Nipsey. I said the fucking truth. I said the fucking truth. You got one positive Crip motherfucker who gonna bring around 40 fucking negative Crip motherfuckers. That's facts. I applaud Nipsey because I look at intent. Let me explain to your bitch ass what intent means. Explain to your bitch ass. I got two people. One of them hate me, and they want to destroy my fucking life. And they seek and go to do shit to try to destroy my life. Their intent is to destroy my life. Let's pretend they're a dumbass. They're so fucking stupid, nothing happens. I laugh at their attempt, and my life is still the same. Now, on my other hand, someone actually does something to destroy my fucking life. It was never their intent. It was a fucking accident. Never their intent. My real life is affected. I'm crushed. I'm hurt at the result. I got to build back from this, but I don't hate them. I don't hate them. It was never their intent. The motherfucker who I laughed at, who did not succeed at their plan, I hate that motherfucker. I will never fuck with them. It's only by my mercy of their stupidity that my shit ain't fucked up. I care about intent. All I see from Nipsey Hussle is good intent. Nipsey Hussle wanted his people to read more, learn more about business, learn more about the stock. Nipsey Hussle had nothing but pure great intent. We got to have these intelligent, in-depth conversations as a community. Black Americans, fuck these Canadians and these whack-ass Jamaicans like DJ Academics. His intent was great. And that great intent was a negative environment. That's why he was murdered. It was a negative environment. Diddler. You know the most shocking thing about P. Diddy being arrested, and it was crazy, was I don't know why, but I went back and watched, and I saw something today that I didn't even know happened. I watched his interview again on Drink Champ with Fabulous and Jada Kiss. That uncomfortable, oh, I like you, daddy shit. I did not know the nigga held the cake up the Noriega fucking mouth to blow his goddamn candles out like that. I didn't know he went and grabbed the nigga off camera and held up his pants. Look at his mic. That nigga was wilding. Jesus Christ. I did not know Diddy did all of this shit. I just remember from that clip when I saw it years ago when it first came out, he asking Fabulous, why you don't want to come party with me, daddy? Have some weird shit. It's the drugs that he's charged with too. And then I go back and I look, and I remember Diddy did this in-depth interview, and he shot the Breakfast Club because they just thought he was a super rich nigga. I remember when the market crashed and it went down, all of us got affected by it. And it was the first time Diddy had revealed that like he was about to lose it all. When I think about Diddy saying he about to lose it all, and you know, all the money he had, yachts and all shit, he going broke. Nobody buying Sean John. I would guess it's been anywhere between 2006, 2009-ish area, when you can buy a big ass fucking house around here in Atlanta for like $100,000. That bitch about worth $600,000-$700,000 now. Man, I remember during that time, bro, it was a house. We had bought a house, nice big ass house, and right around the corner was a house $75,000. I was just like, damn, that's a fucking steal, my nigga. I wish I would have got it. I looked that house up today. That worth $75,000 in 2007. That bitch worth $400,000 right now. I'm like, boy, I wish I would have bought that bitch. Anyway, just piecing together what this man was so rich, and then now he said he almost lost it all, and saying that we thought it was just gonna be sex trafficking. There's actual drug charges in here. Now you're innocent until proven guilty. What hurt me Saturday? I love me some motherfucking Pee Wee Longway. Y'all probably don't know that rapper in the ATL. I just feel like he one of the most slept on motherfuckers because when I look at his class, when I look at the Migos, I look at everybody in that class around about 2016, 2017. Pee Wee Longway, one of the most talented motherfuckers. Why the fuck Pee Wee Longway ain't blew up? When I saw the fucking drug charges Pee Wee Longway got, the amount of fentanyl he got charged with. This nigga got charged with every drug in the world. There's no drug he didn't get charged with. Fucking $50 million. I'm like, Pee Wee Longway Saturday. Did he get arrested? All right. As soon as I see he arrested, sex trafficking. Now drug charges in it. How many of these fucking artists and rappers are smuggling into drugs? From Diddy to Pee Wee Longway? I felt sorry for Pee Wee Longway. Like, this nigga should be bigger than all these other motherfuckers came out of his class. And he's struggling in Atlanta, not making money. Shitting me. Shitting me. The shit they caught Pee Wee Longway with, he ain't been struggling for nothing. Then you look at this from Diddy. And I'm like, is the Mason Biggie catalog worth that much? Like, I know they got all these businesses that, like, what's the dirt? Just assume Kendrick Lamar don't got that we don't know about. Like Drake got all kind of fucking businesses we don't hear about. But like, damn, the amount of money Diddy got, and he was going broke. I know he was going broke. It just makes sense now with the drug charges. I'm not saying he did this shit. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I do know this. If Diddy was going broke in 2006 to 2009, is it just me? Am I by myself when I think this? Does he got enough money for all these lawyers? I don't think the public, I don't think we know every civil trial he got. And he wasn't found it wrong, so he owed that guy $100 million. If I'm Diddy, I'm trying to motherfucking kill my lawyer. He didn't show up for court. No nigga that rich not showing up for court. He would only not show up for court he don't know about it. Don't show up. Plaintiff got this. Boom, they get everything they ask for. They can ask for $1 zillion. Boom, he didn't show up. Why would Diddy not show up? You ain't going to jail. It's civil. Fight the shit. He didn't show up. That's on his lawyers. But it's hard to get a motherfucker back in that courtroom when you don't show up. It's hard. And then if he didn't have nothing going on and he just had this, you got to try to fight to get this shit back in court. But he got so many other civil shit going on. And now he got the mecca of all mecca. He got criminal charges. The third Rockefeller also had a smuggling case after the 08 crash. Yeah, that's what the 08 crash. That's what I'm saying. I'm old. I knew it between 2006, 2009. Everything motherfucking crashing. For y'all young people who don't know. Everything motherfucking crashing. But I'm just, you think you know somebody, right? We get all these allegations and shit coming out in details, and we get Cassidy, and then we get the other girl coming out, and this girl coming out. You're like, okay, damn, this nigga is on some wild shit. Then we get the video of him beating Cassie. I'm sorry, I keep saying Cassidy. We get the video of him beating Cassie, but our brain is all the way over here. And this is the feds. The feds is not pulling drug charges out their ass. Why would the feds pull drug charges out the ass when the entire country is waiting for this sex trafficking and you're going down the rabbit hole of sex trafficking? Logical explanation, even though you're innocent until proven guilty, drugs could only come from while we're digging in this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Call narc. Call narc. What else? Who the fuck looks at Diddy like, am I tripping? Yeah, you should have bought a house. Should have bought a house in Atlanta. That house is right around the corner from where my children stay. So every time I go pick up my kids, I stop and I look at that house. That was only $75,000. We talking about a beautiful house too. We ain't talking about we talking about a beautiful. That bitch was 70. Bruh. I was so happy to have our house. I was just like, it's really dirt cheap, but I'm gonna let that bitch sit there. I wish I would have bought that bitch and let it sit there. I could have been renting that bitch out for all these years. I could have moved in that motherfucker, been right around the corner from my kids after my divorce. I could have sold that bitch and been out here in some Diddy parties. There is something that we are going to see dealing, and I know it's the opposite of what y'all thought because it caught me off guard. I know y'all waiting for the sexual talk, but it just so caught me off guard. Like a narcotics ring, Diddy. I guarantee you, we don't know all the lawsuits. And then like this, if Diddy is found not guilty on the criminal charges, all of them, he gets off. It's gonna be hard. He wins every civil trial. I don't understand how his life isn't destroyed or hurt from two things. You don't have the trust to be in the industry that you make money from to make more money, and then all of these lawyer fees. All of these lawyer fees he about to accrue. His life is forever fucked. I heard that he moved to New York because he knew that this was coming, and I think that he did that because of bail. Like they're gonna think I can go anywhere in the world. I gotta go ahead and present a case that I could get bail. But like, you can go to another country. I can go to another country. Diddy is too famous. Where the fuck he gonna go? Where the fuck Diddy gonna go? Another thing that if you like Diddy, I don't think nobody like him, but if you like Diddy, if they was charging Diddy on some bullshit, he would have got arrested within the first week or two of them raiding his houses. The fact that it took this long means that we not coming unless we know for a motherfucking fact he is done. Now, it takes two different people to know this. The FBI can feel this way till they blue in the face. They got to give it to the fucking DA. Both parties feel this is it. This is it. People like to throw a volley with Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons not hiding in Bali. He don't have any criminal charges. Russell Simmons don't have any criminal charges. What criminal charges is Russell Simmons running away from? He's not running away from that. He just like gave him a bad taste in his mouth that he hate America. Diddy done been out the country plenty of times since they raided his house. Plenty. The last person I know who ran was what's his name? Famous director who made the horror film Rosemary Baby. He allegedly had sexual with a 13-year-old in the 1970s. Left the country. Won an Academy Award while he couldn't come to the country to get the Academy Award. They've been trying to catch him for years, but he went to a country where you can't extradite him. Yeah, Roman Polanski. The fucked up shit about Roman Polanski isn't really just Roman Polanski. It's the Hollywood actors and actresses. Harrison Ford. All these people who went to star in his fucking movies knowing that you got to go to fucking France to film it, and you know why you got to go there. You have to go there because he can't go to the country, and you don't care that he fucked a 13-year-old girl. That's what he exposed. All these people in Hollywood, we care about earth and people and life, and we're so liberal. But he can call them, and they go do a movie for him. Now, I don't know what happened from this, but he made a mistake, and he left, I think, France. If I'm not, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. He went to a country where the United States can get him. And this was like in the 2000s. It was like 30 years he been on a run. They got him. But if I'm not mistaken, Roman Polanski is not in jail right now. Like, y'all been chasing this nigga for 30 years? Let's see. Arrested. Roman Polanski arrested. Oh, shit. He got a trial date August of next year. Oh, shit. Is he locked up? Hold on. He got a trial date of next year. Although the defendant has appeared to return to business as usual in his life. So he out here just chilling and working, being a director. They saying I'm not reading this out loud because they just saying all the old shit that happened when he was arrested. He was found guilty in 1977, then ran and fled the country. It looked like she trying to change her mind now that she grown, but that ain't gonna help her. Because if he did it, they're not gonna care. I'm gonna read this. Let me be very clear. What happened with Polanski was never a big problem for me, she said in a translated version of the interview obtained earlier by the Times. I didn't even know it was illegal, that someone could be arrested for it. I was fine. I'm still fine. The fact that we've made this a big deal weighs on me terribly. To have to constantly repeat that it wasn't a big deal is a terrible burden. The problem, baby, you was 13 years old. You was 13 years old. He won Best Director, an Academy Award in 2003. They're going to give him 90 days for this. Damn, this nigga fled the country in 1977 when they was going to give him 90 days. They're going to throw the book at this motherfucker now. They're going to throw the book at him. All right, I'm sorry. I was trying to find and see what happened when they caught him. I was just trying to see what happened when they finally caught his ass, because I know they caught him. But it looked like he out, and he still got to go to trial next year. Yeah, but he not getting 90 days now. The world is completely different than the way it was in 1977. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't, like, I don't know. Maybe y'all different than I am. But like, if Diddy goes on a run, the fear, like, y'all know our government do dirty shit, right? Let me give y'all an example of dirty shit. I could be wrong. I think Brazil, or is it Argentina? A country they won't send you back to America from. So you down there, you having fun, you living your life. You feel it, the government can't come get you, right? First of all, you got this fear that the government that you're in never changed their policy. Because once they change their policy, you're fucked. So you got that fear over your head forever. But the other fear is, y'all do know our government will send U.S. Marshals to another country and kidnap your ass in the middle of the motherfucking night and sneak you back across the country. Y'all do know that, right? They will come take your motherfucking ass. They will come take you in the middle of the night and bring you back. And if you somebody as big as Diddy, I'm sure that you're somebody that they'll do that to. They'll come get your ass. Yeah, he should have just ate that. That's all I want to say about Diddy, because I'm a person that waits for a trial, wait for evidence, waiting for the indictment to be unsealed to know every fucking detail. Nothing is out. He just got arrested. Nothing strong on Diddy. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of something else that happened this weekend to go over. I know I said the topics were going to be what's the dirt, what he got wrong, and Diddy, but I feel like it was something else that big that happened too. Everybody, y'all talking all this shit like we ain't got no real artists or nothing. Go watch Doechii interview on Joe Budden podcast. That is the next greatest superstar. I'm telling you now, you heard it on my channel. The next biggest artist is not a fucking male. All this shit, these people ain't got talent, they ain't got skills, they all sound the same, so it's hard to get rap on top of the charts. Go support Doechii. This motherfucker can do everything. And from listening to how she talking, her mindset in that interview, bruh. One thing else I want to let y'all know. I strongly think Doechii will be performing at the Super Bowl with Kendrick Lamar. Tell y'all why I said I don't just say shit for no reason. Joe Budden them asked her, is she going to the Super Bowl? Now, Doechii is a fucking rookie. Rookies gonna make mistakes. Doechii said, damn right I'm going to the Super Bowl. Shit, wait, I ain't got no choice. I gotta go. And then she caught herself and said, oops. What that mean to y'all? I ain't got no choice. I gotta go. Oops. I think that's a rookie mistake. And I think Doechii is coming out with Kendrick fucking Lamar. I think this gonna be her. I think this gonna be her big ass moment. And if Doechii coming out with Kendrick Lamar, that means other TDE artists probably coming out with him too. Hey, it's funny you say that, Caliber, because when she made that mistake, Joe Budden didn't look at her. He looked over to her handlers off camera like, oh, somebody made a mistake. But I like that. I know Kendrick Lamar probably gonna be mad than a motherfucker. That nigga is so goddamn secretive. Boy, when they send Kendrick Lamar a clip of Doechii on that show, that nigga gonna be heated. That nigga don't want nobody to know nothing. But you go watch that clip. When I saw it this morning, I was like, oh shit. But go support Doechii, man. Go support that fucking album. She confirmed all my fears about the album because I listened to the album, like the first half sound completely different than the second half. First half sound like an underground mixtape, like the vibe of it. Then you get second half, it just sound like these big records that could possibly turn into hits or jams or stuff. And she said in that interview, she recorded the first half for her mixtape. The second half was songs she made throughout the years, and she hadn't where to put them, so she put them on there. I'm like, that makes sense. That's exactly what my fucking ears heard. That's exactly what my ears heard. But it's cool. It's cool. It's like, it's good either way. First half, good in a different way than the second half is. I don't see no guy that give me promise to be the next big superstar. The only next big superstar I see is a woman, Doechii. I don't see nobody else. No, not yet. But it gives me hope for our future because I'm like, if somebody can come out that talented like that, that's a girl, then it's gonna be a guy. I didn't think it was gonna be a guy. I feel like Drake ran the industry for so many years because there was no next person under Drake. They all had something missing. What's the guy who just did the song with Lil Wayne and Lil Wayne just totally crushed him on his shit? Tall, light-skinned dude. Look like Mac and Me. You gotta be, oh no, Mac and Me is. The way he rapped, I thought he had it, but he didn't have the marketability. You know what I'm saying? In rap. I thought Lil Baby had it. The world let DJ Academics turn him away from Lil Baby. He actually watched Drake on a song. Yeah, Corday. Yeah, Corday looked like Mac and Me. Google that for all you young people. You're gonna laugh when you Google Mac and Me. He ain't had a star power. Y'all young motherfucker turned on Lil Baby. What other male prospects could there have been? Can I post her link? Yeah, you can post her link. That could be the next huge superstar. Yeah, all of them died. Like, for certain in my brain, the next superstar was gonna be Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD just, the nigga couldn't make a bad song if he tried. Yo, Pop Smoke, yo. But that whole generation died. Pop Smoke, XXX Tentacion, Juice WRLD. XXX Tentacion has been in the top 5 most streamed rap artists for the past 6-7 years. And he been dead. 6-7, top 5. And he been dead. So that whole class got wiped the fuck out, leaving us only a Trippie Redd in the Black House. He ain't got it. But if a Doechii exists, a nigga exists. The labels just got to go back to the old way of doing shit to go find that motherfucker instead of most of that class, Juice WRLD, XXX, them, they blew up on their own by just going straight to SoundCloud. SoundCloud is over with. Nobody trying to do that shit no more. Russ selling like crazy. We don't give a fuck about Russ in the culture. Russ can sell 1 billion records a day. We don't give a fuck. we not fucking with Russ. And that shows you the power of the Black American community, right? If you Russ, you should be happy. You should be happy as fuck if you Russ. I can sell all of these records. I can sell out arena tours by myself with no feature artists. He not happy because you can do all of that without our support. We ain't fucking with you. So he disgruntled all the time. I can't name you one Russ song. I can't even hear Russ and be like, oh yeah, that's Russ. But the nigga selling. I would say this. I will take Russ over who the fuck what's White Iverson name? Post Malone. That's it. This is the best compliment I can give Russ. I'll take Russ over Post Malone. It depends on the label. Because if TDE was dirty and didn't give a fuck, they would have put Doechii out 4 years ago when they signed her. They developed her and they're doing everything the right way. They're doing everything the old school way, how it used to be when I grew up. Yeah, Baby King. But I feel like I'm the only mother. I feel like I'm biased. I love Baby King. I think Baby King is it. But I don't know how the youth is, and I don't know if it was a smart strategy on either TDE or Kendrick Lamar to keep this nigga away for so long. I can see if you never dropped a Baby King album, But once you drop a Baby Keem album, he's out there. He should not be going this fucking long without music out. Even Doechii just put out her shit, right? But this entire time, Doechii been dropping random songs. They may be a minute and 30 seconds. They may be a minute, you know, under 2 minutes, but she been feeding us. This should be a dope ass song with Doechii featuring Baby Keem or Baby Keem featuring Doechii. Why not? Why not? Kendrick Lamar and all of them, they getting old. So I don't know why Baby Keem shout out. I think Baby Keem can be, you're right, I forgot about it. I think Baby Keem can be the next one up. I don't like saying it because people already think I'm biased for Kendrick Lamar them. I can't help what I like. I like Baby Keem music. Yeah, I heard Lecrae's response. I thought Lecrae's response to Kendrick Lamar with the all white Air Force Ones beat up. First of all, if he really wanted to go opposite, he should have put a brand new pair of Air Force Ones. You know, we only fuck up the black pair because we know what we doing in them black pair. I feel like why you got a dirty pair, bruh. But that's small. The reason I give Lecrae shit a 99% great instead of 100% is because I'm a lyricist. And it just makes me cringe for him to say, what did he say? Bloodier than period blood on a carpet. Go back and listen to that line. It had nothing to do with the song. It wasn't even a metaphor that meant something else. It was just like, he's so caught up in the moment. He just said some shit to fill in space. Like, why did you say that, bro? Why? You ever watched a movie and you so caught in the movie and one of the actors do something so fucking dumb, it just takes you out of the fucking movie? That's how I felt. That's how I felt when Lecrae said that, like period blood on a carpet. What the fuck, nigga? What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with you're teaching us a lesson and you teaching us don't burn the party down? But like, you know, Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? Die for the party. Like your whole theme of your song. What the fuck did that line have? Like that line it was an unnecessary lyric. It just threw me off. But if you remove yourself from that line, I thought he had an amazing response. And I like the fact that like he likes Kendrick, but while liking Kendrick, he stuck to who he was as a person. D1, I did not finish D1's response. If y'all want me to, I'll fucking put on my headphones and listen to the bitch where y'all can't hear, so I won't get flagged. But I think D1 was kind of dissing Kendrick from the first verse I heard. I don't know. Yeah, that dirty word roll. Yeah. Rayvon. I'll check out Rayvon. But most men seem uncomfortable with that line. I don't mind you saying period blood and carpet. It has to mean something. Like bars aren't you just saying something. It has to have what is that in relation to? What is that in relate? I don't understand. Like, it's like me saying I'll smash your head against the wall like a nail. Okay. What does that have to do with the song? What me smashing your head against the wall like a nail has to do with the message I'm trying to teach? He just like as a writer, I know he was just like in his I'm rippity rapping. This will fit. He didn't go back and check it. And maybe because he's a saved, born again Christian, it sounds gangster, but he not saying nothing that goes against God. So it would be shocking. Maybe he was looking for that kind of shock value, but I didn't understand why he said that. I'm going to stop on my D1 shit because somebody said he was just dissing rappers. So that means I didn't really hear it. Like, it just caught, that was this morning. I clicked on it, heard a little bit, wondering why my internet fucking up and all this shit. I'm trying to go live. So let me listen to D1's response before I give my take on it. But I thoroughly heard Lecrae's and then other people listening to Lecrae and breaking the shit down. I gave my response during my last live for those who didn't hear about Lecrae's opinion on the Kendrick and Drake beef. I did not like Lecrae saying Kendrick Lamar is wrong because Kendrick Lamar wants to be a king. In order for you to be the best and the king, that means that people are beneath you. I think that contradicts what Lecrae says, that he comes from the culture, and the culture is competition. Lecrae said he got a wife and children. If Lecrae feels that way, Lecrae should never put his children in soccer, baseball, or none of that, because if his kids win, that means that people are beneath him, beneath his children. That shit don't make any fucking sense. They're like, I'm not a Christian, but there was Christians, there were kings and queens and shit in the fucking Bible. They called Jesus the king. Like, I just thought, like if I could meet Lecrae and have a conversation with him, I'm like, what you mean by that, bro? What you mean by that? What's wrong with Kendrick Lamar want to be number one? What's wrong with our natural competitive nature that we have? What you mean by that, bro? But other than that, you know, that was just one thing I didn't like about his take on the whole battle. That response about he feels Kendrick wrong for wanting to be the greatest rapper by saying that people are beneath him was just as out of place as the period on the carpet shit. It's like, where does this come from, bro? But I fucks with Lecrae. I like him. Of the Christian rappers, he one of the best ones that I know of outside of the battle rappers I know of. And some battle rappers that'll fuck him up. You know, it's a white battle rapper that'll fuck him up by the name of A-Ward. A-Ward will wipe the floor with Lecrae. A-Ward don't play the shit, but, you know, I'm from the battle rap community, you know. And then what does he got to say about people like A-Ward? A-Ward is a saved, born-again Christian in battle rap. He be niggas to be number one. Is he wrong to battle niggas? Other people made responses. Yeah, they mentioned somebody earlier. I'll go back and check them out. But I like that because this is like Control, right? Everybody made Control responses. Kendrick didn't get mad at the responses to Control. It was a competitive nature. The same as now. People making responses to the song is actually called Untitled. You know, we're going to keep it a buck. But I know y'all calling it Watch the Party Die, and y'all calling it Black Air Force Ones or whatever. But like all these people making responses to it, that's hip hop. That's our culture. That's what we do. All right. I'm gonna go after this subject because I know y'all don't keep throwing out topics, but I'll answer this. How did Dame Dash end up broke? Jay-Z ended up a billionaire. Two reasons. The first reason, and I wish y'all was from our culture, because one of the things we watch from our culture, like the fucking Bible, if you love hip hop, we watched the Hard Knock Life tour with Method Man and Redman opening up, then DMX killing the stage, and then Jay-Z and Rockefeller ending the show. It was our real first time, other than the documentary called The Show back in 1994. But this is our real in-depth of seeing artists. You guys are used to seeing artists now, but like this is all we had, and seeing them in a natural environment. This probably is on YouTube, so if you want to go watch it, go watch the Hard Knock Life tour. And when you see Dame Dash's personality, and just know Rockefeller is signed to Def Jam. On this tour was Def Jam CEO, Def Jam higher ups, who got to deal with Rockefeller, and Dame Dash is running Rockefeller, even though Rockefeller owned by three people, Dame Dash, Biggs, and Jay-Z. But Dame Dash wasn't doing all this to allow Jay-Z just to rap. The way he would talk to these fucking people, the way he would be blatantly disrespectful and hard to work with. Now, when you are not the superstar, people are putting up with your bullshit because you have the superstar. So Dame Dash he was mistaken to think I talk to these niggas any kind of way and they just respect me. They did not respect him. It's just that Dame Dash had Jay-Z. Once Jay-Z and Dame Dash parted ways, and Jay-Z goes directly to Def Jam and they can work with the cool, collected, laid-back businessman in Jay-Z. They don't need Dame Dash. Every fucking person he disrespected in the industry has a reason to not fuck with him. Get the fuck out. When you give the artist that signed to Rockefeller, like a Kanye West or whatever, who is Kanye West? Not the famous Kanye West, you know, but the budding artist trying to come up. Who is he going to go with? Jay-Z, who he looked up to prior to being famous, who now works with Def Jam, or is he going to go with Dame Dash? So that's one major thing. The second major thing, because he can still get back in the industry even with people not wanting to fuck with him, because he still has a great relationship with Jay-Z. It was his pride. His pride when Jay-Z came to him and said, can I please just own my rights to my first album? I don't give a fuck about none of my other albums. You can have every album I got, but a rapper's first album is their baby. And I promise you guys, from somebody of my class and my generation, Jay-Z's first album wasn't his big selling album. So this wasn't about money. This was about pride. This was about Dame Dash being hurt at Jay-Z's new position with Def Jam. Fuck you, nigga. I ain't giving away nothing. Nobody wants to fuck with you. Your only way in, you just pissed off because this is Jay-Z's first child. Jay-Z's first child is not Blue. His first child is Reasonable Doubt. Now you have no fucking way in, period, with that kind of personality. Now the money is about to dwindle, and you have no way to get it back. Those two things is why Dame Dash ended up broke. Flow Easy, your young ass. You talking about Def Jam didn't see Ye as a superstar. Every rap label out turned out Kanye West. Imagine a nigga busting in your office and he has mediocre rap skills and he jumping on your desk. He jumping on your mother. Get this crazy nigga the fuck up out of here. But I do you one even more better than that. It isn't that nobody wanted to fuck with Kanye West. Nobody wanted to fuck with Jay-Z. Jay-Z got turned down from every label, the same as Kanye West did. Jay-Z got on because he got with Dame Dash on them. They made their own record label. So instead of them signing Jay-Z, they signed Rockefeller. That's how Jay-Z got his foot in the door. He got turned down by every record label, the same as Kanye West. And Kanye West did the same thing. All these motherfuckers turning me down. I got these nice-ass beats. I made the Blueprint beats. I made a classic for Jay-Z, 5-mic album with the Source, which was big back then. Jay-Z them like, we gonna sign Kanye West. Nigga can't rap, won't give a fuck, but we sign him, we can shake this nigga the fuck up. And once they sign him, Kanye West is playing them hits. And Kanye West put out Through the Wire. And now, whether you believe in Kanye West or not, you have no choice. You got to put this album out. And it was over. Nigga did 3 goddamn videos for Jesus Walk. So both of them was turned down. A lot of people don't know that. Nobody wanted to fuck with Jay-Z. Nobody wanted to fuck with Kanye West. All right. I'm going to head up out of here. Got a lot of work to do, man. Thank y'all for rocking with me. And I got no money for my last live because I played Kendrick Lamar's song thinking it's only on Instagram. I got no money. I'm mad about that, K-Dot. So don't be asking me to play shit on my lives. I ain't playing shit on my live no more. Y'all better go listen to the shit before I talk about it. I ain't playing shit on my live no more. That live was 4 hours long, and it was heat, and I got nothing. So hit your boy up on PayPal or Cash Out. Support me, man, and then I'll be back probably tomorrow.